Hi, here's a little sample of the Sports Box markerless 3D. Use myself as a guinea pig and a wee example of how I might go about looking at some ways that I can move in a more efficient and effective manner. So I'm going to look at this here. You can see the 2D video here. Pretty much standard fare for kind of modernish golf swing analysis. So the power of a quick crunch through their AI interface turns that 2D video really quickly into a 3D avatar, and that 3D avatar gives us this really powerful graphic that allows us to look at the swing from loads of different positions, things that would be kind of really impossible to do with the conventional cameras. So I'm going to look at this here from face on at the moment. Also, as well as this visual picture, we're also presented with a measure as well from a number of data points here, and I'm going to concentrate here a little bit on kind of how the body's moving here, and I'm going to concentrate for me on two things here. We're going to look at the chest turn, and I'm going to look at how effectively my pelvis turns as well here. So you can see here we're presented with the data: address, backswing club horizontal, backswing arm horizontal, and we get a wee band. Where does the Tour Pros lie? That there's hundreds of data on behind this app from Tour Pros, and you can see here we get a kind of green lights, traffic light system here. Top of my backswing, so my chest is rotated around by 77 degrees from where it started, and you can see there, tour average is much bigger than that really, and that's maybe a symptom of perhaps not playing a lot of golf, being a little bit stiff. Perhaps when I did this test I didn't really warm up massively as well, but it shows straight away 77% is nowhere near enough of a kind of wind up almost, or rotating my chest around there, and as a result then a bit slow, and through impact again the chest is not probably opened up enough through there. Now we could probably see that a little bit in terms of a 2D picture, but we wouldn't be able to kind of measure that really with the accuracy that we've got in here. So if I look at this from the point of view of the pelvis and how it works there, you can see there addressing more or less where it should be really. Backswing here, so minus 24 is the amount of turn away, so I've turned away quite a bit early. I'm okay there, I'm okay at the top, so my pelvis has rotated around enough, but it's a little bit slow to move across, and it's a little bit slow to move forward as well, and to rotate through. So as a consequence, when I get to impact, relative to Tour Pros, I'm a good probably 10-15 degrees maybe away from where I should be. Now all that means is the pelvis is stalling a bit, not clearing terribly well, the body gets in the way of the arms, that spills out to the club head and the club face, and the strike and the accuracy can become compromised from there as well. So we can look at this purely from numbers, but one of the really fantastic things that this will allow us to do, I guess just from visualising things here, if I turn this round to above here, and I'm going to add in here some lines this time. So I'm going to take off these vertical lines that we're going down from and I'm going to put in some lines across the shoulders, across the hips. I'll not bother so much about the knees just now. We'll get rid of that here. So you can see there's where we are at impact. And I have opened up nicely, but we could do being opening up a little bit more. We can pull those numbers back up that we had in here. So at impact here, I really need the chest to be more than 18 degrees open, and also need the pelvis to be more than 18 degrees, more than 25 degrees open. So if I very quickly just add in a wee bit of an example here, and we'll just quickly split this off. untie them together, and we'll take the Pro model, top of backswing. You know, so it's abundantly clear when you see that. If I hide there, you can see, you know, left hand side is me, right hand side is the Tour Pro. You know, he's gone round, the chest has rotated round 90 degrees. You can see the lines across the shoulders there. And you can see mine, you know, I've got him at the scope for another kind of 20 degrees there. Hips haven't done too bad of a job, but perhaps me a little bit maybe tight, a little bit stiff in the thoracic area. I've not perhaps rotated round just quite as well as I probably could. And if we take that down to impact, you know, the same thing applies in there, boom, in there. So we've got this visual picture here. And you see, you know, I'm not wildly off it. I've done well to recapture it, but, you know, it would make life a little bit easier if I... So we can see now we've got my data on the left-hand side, the Tour Pro's data on the right-hand side. So let's just see there. So at this position here, almost impact, you know, chest turn, 30 degrees open for the Tour Pro, 22 degrees open for me. Pelvis, 26, 37. So there's about 10 degrees difference there between the Tour Pro and me. So I can then set about perhaps hitting some balls. I guess this is the analysis. Where would the coaching points be for that? What would the drills be? And what would be maybe a little bit of physical work away from the golf course, some stretching that may help to facilitate this move as well. So there are lots of good things going on, but there are now targeted areas that I can go away and I can look at. I've got a benchmark that I can work away from, and I've got a pretty good idea now of what I can do, and that's all really coming from this kind of old school 2D video. So hope this gives you a wee idea of what's possible. If you do want any more information or you would like to book a session, please get in touch.